Premarital sex, are you for it or you against it?
I'm for it.
Well, I am against it.
Well, I'm against premarital sex.
I'm for it.
I am vehemently against it.
Yes, I need to taste it to be sure if it is what I would want to spend the rest of my life with.
My reason for being against it typically is because whatever you want to see from a man or whatever you want to experience from your partner, you can do every other thing and take sex out of it. You can actually go through foreplay and know whether your man is huge or your man is, small or little. So whatever you want to do, you can do it without indulging in premarital sex.
Imagine getting married and you find out your wife is mutilated. During intercourse, there's no feelings, you don't feel anything. You end up cheating on her, and that's adultery. It's a sin. So I think, why not commit this sin? Why not test the waters? Check what you are going into before you marry. There are lots of marriages that are breaking because of sexual issues. Either the man is having high libido, or the man is uncircumcised, or the woman is having high libido and the man cannot satisfy her. So it's better you test all this before you go out there and get married, so that you don't have issues. If you are single and you have sex before and you are out there, you can get a man and marry, you can get a woman and marry. But with the divorcee tag, it's very difficult to get a partner to marry in this our society.
Premarital sex can lead to unwanted pregnancy. Let's take for instance, when you are dating, you don't really know this person, you are trying to understand this person, whether you are going to settle down or not. But when you are giving your body out, pregnancy might occur. Because of that, you begin to rush. I don't want to have a child outside marriage. Then you fall into marriage that you never dreamt of.
Okay, most people actually think that sex is not important in a relationship, but I think it's the most important thing actually, because it helps you know if you're compatible with your partner. You get it? And there's so many sexual issues that come with it, and sometimes it's better if you can address this before getting married. For example, there was actually something I read about someone who got married and then she later found out the guy was into wild sex and kinky sex, but she's not someone like that and she can't live with this for the rest of her life. So in such a case, what do you do? Another example was a guy who just got married to his wife. First day, they didn't have any sex. The next day, when he finally did, he found out she was hermaphrodite, and it's someone with both organs. Such a case too, what do you do? I mean, if these issues were addressed before getting married, you will make a decision, do I want to spend the rest of my life with this person or not? So there are a lot of issues that come with that. Yeah.
Premarital sex is very hazardous. Although people engage in it with impunity, they engage in it in a bid to seeking for pleasure. Everybody want to have that sense of belonging, you have that scenario where somebody tells you, you don't have a boyfriend at your age, you don't have a girlfriend at your age. This thing sounds so enticing, forgetting the negative aspect of which comes with unwanted pregnancy. You have sexually transmitted diseases. You have your conscience being wounded. A lot of people suffer heartbreak today as a result of engaging and indulging in premarital sex.
I need to know what I am up against, because premarital sex is having sex before getting married, right? So obviously I should know what I am up against. And sex is the fundamental, basis of marriage. Because if I should get married and my husband is not able to satisfy me as much as I should or want, it would create problems. Because yes, I need to taste it to to be sure if it is what I would want to spend the rest of my life with. Well, two reasons basically. The health aspect and then the religious aspect. With regards to the health aspect, I mean, well, usually before you get married to your partner, you do some basic screening. So at least you get to know if the other partner has any sexually transmitted disease such as HIV or hepatitis B before having sex with that person, or before marrying that person. But with premarital sex, where you don't really check all those things, you end up sleeping around with so many other men before you finally meet the man that you want to settle down with. At that time, you may have picked quite a number of infections, so that's why I'm against premarital sex. And besides the STDs as well, we also have certain other medical conditions such as sickle cell disease. And if you don't know your partner's sickling status, you have sex with that person, you may have a pregnancy and then you may give birth to a sickle cell disease child. And besides the health aspect as well, the religious aspect is also there. I mean, it's in the Bible that we shouldn't fornicate, so you don't want to sin and end up landing in hell someday. So at least to prevent that, I'll suggest that you abstain or you avoid premarital sex if you can.
For premarital sex, to me, it's good. Before you get married to your partner, you have to, have sex with her to boost your libido and stuff. For your partner to know how firm and strong you are. So I'm for premarital sex.